Is Jalen off? Oh, there's Jalen. JC, you there?
I'm on.
Okay. 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 Chad, are you there? Wait a minute, just take my headphones out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live.
We waiting.
There he is, the one, the only.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Around the SWAC, episode 3. We are live from Splendid Station in our various little cubby holes. Charles Porter, Larry the Chatterbox Hill, the Golden Voice, Rick Godfrey, G Boom, Raymond Holly, and the incredible Jalen Cole coming at you live for episode 3. What a week in Southwestern Athletic Conference sports.
What a week.
What a week. We're going to talk about that. Want to remind you, though, first of all, just giving G Boom some time to get our graphics up. Some exciting Southwestern Athletic Conference football going on this week, just quickly. If we just take a look at the scores here. Yeah, you there? All right, quickly.
I'm here.
If you look at the scores here, some exciting stuff going on. 70-0 in Grambling, in Ohio, in Columbus. We went over to the San Francisco Bay, Chatter, and visited Cal Berkeley, came back to Huntsville, Alabama, rolled out to Miami Gardens, Florida, and then Boca Raton, Florida. We skipped up to Baton Rouge, went to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Conway, Arkansas, and winded up in Prairie View, Texas, going around the SWAC this week. Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, September, is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Prostate cancer is the second most common cancer in men worldwide. It is estimated that 300,000 new cases will be diagnosed in the United States this year. Early detection is crucial, and prostate cancer has a high survival rate when caught at an early stage. Risk factors include age, family history, and race. If we come on our side of the track, black men are at a significantly higher risk of developing and dying from prostate cancer compared to other races. I too am a prostate cancer patient, so I'm in my fight right now. I'll go ahead and just tell everybody. If you see the graphic, we're highlighting Dwayne Charleston, my dear friend, who lost his battle this year with prostate cancer. And we want to celebrate his life as we go on as our spokesperson posthumously for prostate cancer, Mr. Dwayne Charleston. The Panther Club alumni organization, my fraternity, is having their 6th annual golf tournament. There's been a reschedule, or I'm talking about another location, a relocation to the Red Wolf Golf Course. It's at October 6th. Immediately following the broadcast, you can go to all of our social media networks and outlets and get all of the information. That's the flyer, like right there. You can inbox us at splendidmedia@gmail.com, splendidmediaresource@gmail.com. We'll send you the information. You can hit us on Facebook. We are looking for more players and more teams. We were originally scheduled, Chatter, Rick, Jalen, G Boom, to have our golf tournament at the Herman Park golf course, and people were really excited about it. But unfortunately, they are remodeling, so they're going to be closed for the rest of the year. I mean, I don't know what the golfers are going to do, but no tournaments or anything in there. So we had to move it to the Red Wolf Golf Course in Humboldt, Texas. So we look forward to that. Want to send a shout out to all of our legacy sponsors. We're just calling them legacy sponsors. SCI, This Is It, Waller County Line, Mildred Newsom Enterprises, our friends over at Woodlawn Entertainment, and This Is It. Did I say This Is It already? Where every meal
yes, you said This Is It.
This is it. Okay. And we want to thank all of the groups that share this. We talk about it all the time. We are a part, all four of us are a part of different groups, and we share our information and we share the show amongst those groups, and they're growing. So we want to thank the Madison Marlin groups, all four of those, the Fort Worth chapter of the Prairie View A&M University Alumni Association, the HBCU News page, also HBCU, MEAC, SWAC, SIC, and SAIC. Is it SA? Should be the SIAC. SIAC group, the Prairie View A&M National Alumni Group, the Hiram Clark Revelers, the Prairie View A&M University Prayer Warriors. I'm sure, Chatter, you got a few groups that you share over on the Texas Southern side. Why don't you give them some love right quick?
We talk about Texas Southern. We shared on Texas Southern football, Texas Southern basketball, all the different Instagram pages that they have and Facebook groups that they have dealing with Texas Southern and people that love the maroon and gray. We do that as well.
If you are a part of any of those groups, inbox us, man, so we can give you some love. We really appreciate you sharing your information to us, as well as Rick. I'm sure you're attached to several groups. You do a lot of high school football. There's a lot of high school players. This is recruiting land for both teams, Prairie View and Texas Southern. So inbox us, let us know what you think, and we'll get it out there for our fans to see. Want to send a shout out to Don Sam, the original DS, Memories and More, Monday through Friday, 12:30, KCOH.com, The Source. You can download it on the Simple Lab. Ralph Cooper's, I'm sure he's on now at 6 o'clock, starting in September. He started. You can catch him from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock on KCOH, same format, talking sports. And I'm sure now that the SWAC is, in full swing, football season's in full swing, getting ready for the Fall Winter Classic, the FIFA coming, the soccer matches coming. It's going to be a lot of sports talked about in Houston. And those Rockets are going to be really, really, really tuned up and getting ready to play some great basketball. All right, everybody. Woo-wee, I'm so excited. Let's get on the train and get ready to go around the SWAC. We step out of the Southwestern Athletics Conference, comfortable confines. For our first trip, we head up to Columbus, Ohio, where the Grambling State Tigers, Rick Godfrey, took on the Buckeyes of Ohio State, and man, what a game.
What a game. The Grambling State Tigers traveled to Columbus, Ohio. In the immortal words of head football coach Mickey Joseph, we going to play. We not just going to show up, we going to play. And the Tigers, for a minute, went toe-to-toe with the top-ranked college football team in the world. I say it in the world, not just America. Name another college team ranked higher than Ohio State. The final score, of course, we all know by now, was 70-0. Quarterback Xavier Toussaint of Grambling put up some stats. 9 of 13 for 55 yards. He had a pick, had an interception. But the G-men had 3 turnovers that proved to be, for lack of a better way to explain it, fatal. 1 interception and 2 fumbles led to Ohio State points. So with that being said, we want to shed light on something good. Grambling's defense had an interception in the second quarter. Other than that, Coach Mickey Joseph made a couple of entertaining statements, and I'm going to turn this microphone back over to you guys. He made some statements. He said that we will fight no matter what. But the one that's etched in my mind, listen to this. He said that there's no way Ohio State would have invited Coach Robb to Columbus, Ohio back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s and 70s. No way, no possible way they would have played Coach Eddie Robinson and his G-men, as we say in street vernacular, back in the day.
Well, Rick, I took some things from Mickey Joseph's comments during the coaches' call, and they came. First of all, they were happy that they came to play. They came away healthy. No injuries to report. That was the first thing that he highlighted. He understood what type of level that they were going up against, and it was a great experience for his kids. I mean, Absolutely. To go and play on that level is just something that you just going to talk about until you're old. You're going to tell your grandkids about it. They went there expecting to play a good game. They didn't lay down. They fought all the way to the end. Mickey Joseph needs this team to focus and finish, and keep the defense off the field. He also said the atmosphere was one of the best that he's ever been. He's been in those type of atmospheres. Mickey Joseph, you know who he is. So those were some of the things that he said, during the coach's call. Now, one other thing that I'd like to share, I feel is worthy of honorable mention. In the fifth quarter, we all know what the fifth quarter is. After the game is over and the smoke is cleared, all the hugs have been given, and the players meet in the middle of the field and they say the prayer for traveling grace. The bands got together on the field and put on quite a show. Ohio State's band, world-renowned band, got with the world-renowned band from Grambling, and they shook it. They shook it. Yes, they did.
Well, they shook what?
They shook this. They shook the stadium, Chatter. They had a good time. They had a jam session like they do over there on Alameda these days. You know what I'm saying? Right off of Dowling, where they go into these little places and they play some good music and people have fun. And my hat's off to the Ohio State fans. If you remember, Jerome Francis went to Ohio State. He's one of my good friends. And I visited Columbus, Ohio. In fact, I worked there for almost 6 months when I was working in the oil field. And they're a great group of people. They love the Buckeyes, no doubt about it. Okay. But they treat you right. And like I said, it's just an atmosphere like you've never seen before. 100,000 people. Can you believe that? I mean, wow. I was looking at some of the numbers here. 100,000 people went to go see that game. What is going on with that? Wow, that's incredible.
Quick question. What was I hate trying to count another man's money, but I got to be nosy, y'all. Hate to be looking in Grambling's pocket. How much money did they get to go up there and play?
Well, it was up there. Let's see. It's more than 850,000, but it was. I think it's going to be distributed in a couple of years when you do a little bit more research on that. We got so much to go, but there was a significant payout, and it's so that Grambling State University's program can grow. And Mickey Joseph made note of that during the coach's call. So my hat's off to Grambling. I'm glad they had a great trip. I'm glad they came home healthy, and I'm sure they're on their way back.
Yeah, I'm sure they're back by now.
Not back, but I'm talking about as a team, not back from Ohio. They ain't walked, Chatter. they flew. They didn't walk.
The old days got that sandwich.
You talk about the old days. You hit that bus and drive that bus to Columbus.
And then you get on that bus, Chief.
Wrap it up with some foil. And stay cold.
Yes, sir.
At bus, we used to have those lunches. See, I've been riding the buses longer than both of y'all around the SWAC. But
I don't know. Rick Garvey rode his share of buses to all over the world.
He didn't ride no bus around the SWAC. He got on the bus. We ain't talking about Rosa Parks.
On the front line.
Let's get to going here. What's going on the hardwood on the volleyball court, man, for the Grambling State Tigers, Rick?
On the volleyball court up at Grambling, the Tigers had an exciting match with Southeastern Louisiana. That was their last game. They played in Grambling, and they because of a late goal by Southeastern, they ended up in a 1-1 tie. Unfortunate for Grambling because Grambling played a phenomenal game for 82 minutes. And unfortunately, the score ended up in a tie. The Tigers were led by Sophia Lezazidis. And I know she's
Lazizidis. That's Lazizidis.
Lazizidis. I knew someone in this group knew how to
I call soccer for the conference, so yeah, it's Lazizidis. She can play.
Sophia Lazizidis had the only goal for the Tigers, and she got that by means of an assist from Olivia Kowal. As I mentioned, the Tigers, they fought. They scrapped with Southeastern. Ain't no backing down in Grambling Town.
All right, Rick, you better hurry up. The train is in the station. We're going to have to get out of here.
Florida Gulf Coast University in Fort Myers, Florida. I had to get that in. At 7 o'clock, first kick.
What's going on the volleyball court there for Grambling State?
On the volleyball court. On the volleyball court for Grambling, they took on Nicholls State the other day. The Lady Tigers fell to Nicholls State 0-3 up at Nicholls State. And next up for the Tigers, because of deference for time, next up for the Tigers is Abilene Christian University. 12 p.m. first serve. That's Friday in Thibodaux, Louisiana.
All right. Well, the conductor's trying to make you hurry up. He's blew that whistle 3 or 4 times. We need to get on the train. We got to get out of here. We got a long way to go, but a short time to get there. Chatterbox, let's head up here to Cal Berkeley in the Yay area.
But night train.
What you got going on up there, man? There was some great stuff going on, some great play. I mean, Texas Southern, man, I'm really pulling for TSU. I think that they have a great team, and I'm telling you, as we get ready to pull into that station here, the Texas Southern University Tigers, man, had a perfect opportunity, man, to get a win. I just don't understand why the offense is so stymied right now. They've got to get it together. We've got SWAC coming up. They're going to be all right. You and I covered Texas Southern. And, man, Chris Disman has got to get his guys together there.
Yeah, we're going to get on the party train this weekend as we take care of Lamar. But great effort for those Texas Southern Tigers and the Tiger Nation who came down to witness that game in Oakland, California. And it was just a great event. Almost, that stadium is 102 years old, and they have really done some things to that stadium. Beautiful, great day for football. Couldn't ask for better weather. We just needed some more scoring. But Texas Southern did a great job in the first half of stymieing the Cal Bears. The quarterback, Salapulatele, who had such a great game last week. Salapulatele.
Yes, sir.
He's a Portuguese name. He's from Hawaii. He was originally supposed to go to Oregon. Then he got to Oregon, did the Rose Bowl thing, and then they told him he wasn't going to start this year.
Oh.
And he said, no, I want to play. And then they were very adamant about him not playing. So what does he do? He transfers back to his original pick, which was the University of California, the Cal Bears. They took him back for $1.2 million in NIL. He's gotten that. We were able to shut them down in the first half, but the Tigers just couldn't get anything going offensively. We would get close. Either it would be a turnover or a penalty to set us back. In the second half, that's when things opened up a bit. Our defense stayed on the field quite a bit, and we weren't able to come away with the win, but we did get 3 points, 35-3, final score from Oaktown.
Yeah, I thought it was a great effort by the Texas Southern Tigers. Aside the fact that was the first time Cal had hit an opponent without a touchdown since a 26-23 victory, I think, over Colorado in 2023. Right. They were very, very vulnerable. And with the injury bug that's plagued Texas Southern early, I think if they would have had those other pieces that they're missing out of there, they could have competed with them because, I mean, we've got a good offense. And I think if they continue to just progress and get healthy, they're going to be okay down the stretch. KJ Cooper came away there 19 of 35 for 137 yards in the air.
And those wide receivers had quite a few drops. Charles, you got to catch the football to keep the chains moving and to keep the ball in your possession. But they understand that. I mean, but when you think about Texas Southern defense, we didn't have Jacob Williams, who had surgery, so his timetable to return.
And you guys are starting to get the early ugly penalty bug, and you guys don't really need that. Y'all got a tough contest against Lamar. They're vulnerable. I think Coach Chris Dishman is going to get those guys together. This is a great opportunity for Texas Southern to get back in the winning column and get some confidence going right down the street and playing in Beaumont, Texas.
Yeah, no, we're playing in Houston. They're coming to Shell Energy.
I'm sorry. That's a home game. That's right. I'm sorry.
Pardon me. Shell Energy, getting on the bus and coming down to H-Town.
Well, the Texas Southern fans need to come and show up. I mean, just not for the Labor Day Classic. We'll talk a little bit about that when we get ready to talk about Prairie View. But the Labor Day Classic was great. A lot of fans there, a lot of TSU people there. Y'all need to get your butts in the seats there. Like Chris Dishman said, Coach Dishman said, hey, come to the game. We need your support because you guys' Grand Day experience is incredible.
We need fans in the stands.
Fans in the stands.
What's going on the volleyball court there at Texas Southern?
Well, the volleyball court from Texas Southern, I just lost my notes here. The volleyball from Texas Southern, when you talk about this volleyball team, still not ranked, but still trying to work its way through it. So it's still a process. These young ladies are fighting hard. They're fighting very, very hard to get where they need to be. Young team, no one selected, so they're kind of much under the radar right now as far as competition is concerned. So Lady Tigers just got to get it together. Last time these Lady Tigers were out, they did some big things for the university. And they battled through the Denver. They went to Denver for the Denver Invitational. And the next showdown for them, they lost to Idaho State by the score of 3-1. So they have another contest coming up this week on the 9th. That's today. Hey! They'll take on Houston Christian in the H&PE Arena today.
All right, good luck to the Lady Tiger volleyball team. What's kicking with soccer right quick because we got to get out of here. There's that
no updates on soccer right now.
No updates on soccer. Okay, Chatter, thank you for your report on Texas Southern. That final score one more time, Chatter.
Final score 3-1. You talking about volleyball?
Football, 35-3.
35-3.
All right,
this week, Tigers going to get back on the good foot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hop back on the train. We're on our way to Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, it gets better and better.
I tell you what, man, Chatter, we get a chance to talk again. You cover Alabama A&M, and I cover Alcorn. And man, I tell you, what a showdown for them on the weekend. I tell you, hold on, I'm trying to get our atmosphere back together. Here we go, man. When I went and looked at this game, I thought we were in a cameo concert because all the way up until the final minutes of the contest, these guys were going back and forth. And man, what an exciting game in the Lewis Cruz Classic down there in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, you got to like the way Sam Shade put it together. Got his first win of the season against Alcorn State in conference play. And when you talk about Sam Shade, man, he really was able to keep it together after week one, going to Arkansas and getting bulldozed. That says a lot about him, and it says a lot about his coaching staff to keep coaching up those kids, to keep them going to Alcorn, which is no fluke. They coming out of the West, they went down to Huntsville, got some of that good barbecue. It seemed like they had too much of that barbecue sauce on their fingers. They couldn't catch that football. But C. Brown IV passed for 260 yards and threw 3 touchdowns. Edwards was the leading receiver for Alabama A&M. He had 1 touchdown, 21 carries. The running back, 21 carries for 80 yards, and the receiving corps led by D. Walker, 68 receptions, 78 yards, and 1 touchdown, which seals the deal on the win. And Sam Shade, double S.
Yeah, he's back.
First win in the SWAC.
First win as a Division I coach. First Lewis Cruz Classic win in two classics. They've lost the last two classics, and I think he's got a good program down there. He's got a lot of energy down there. You know, they're being noticed right now. I mean, you know, Don Thornton's down there and doing great things on the basketball court, which is giving them a lot of exposure. And I think he is in a really, really, really good place. When going into the game, Shade wanted to limit the penalties. After looking at those first couple of games that he's played, he says, "Look, we got to limit the penalties and play Bulldog defense." The defense, you know, they didn't want to give up the big plays. They gave up too many. A lot of them were defensive plays. And as you said, it was a balanced attack, ground and air. But Cornelius Brown, man, he got it done for the for the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M. Jalen Tolbert on the other side, the transfer from Howard, was 23 of 33 in the air for 168 yards. That's not near what was needed to beat this Alabama A&M team, who jumped right on them real early. I mean, it was 21-14 in the first quarter. They were going back and forth, 7-3 in the second quarter, and then 7-7 here in the third quarter, and then 7 points for Alabama State to seal the deal, like you said, and 6 from Alcorn State. They were battling back, but Jacorian Sewell got back on track with 12 carries for 123 yards, had a long one of 80, some big plays there, and Reggie Davis supported him with 12 carries for 57 yards. Defensively, TB Hinton, you know, with 11 tackles, and Stamarion Edwards, the preseason all-conference player, with 10, along with Cedric Roberts, got it done defensively for Alcorn, but just not enough. Sam Shade gets his first win, and it's a big one.
Sam Shade got it made. Until next week. Until another week.
I'm telling you. Well, what's going on the volleyball court there for Alabama A&M right
Lady
now?
Bulldogs came away with a huge win against the University of Western Georgia, University of West Georgia. They defeated them 3-1. And next opponent for them will be Nicholls State on September the 11th, traveling to Nicholls for a big showdown at 6:30, September the 11th. Lady Bulldogs hit the road with a sack lunch.
And what's kicking there?
Well, things are kicking well on the soccer field. You know, they have a lot of upside to this Lady Bulldog soccer program. So when you talk about the Lady Bulldog soccer and how they did over the weekend, they have another matchup. They defeated South Carolina State by the score of 3-0 on Sunday, September the 7th. And now they get ready for a showdown with the University of West Georgia. That's Thursday on September the 11th at West Georgia.
Well, the Lady Bulldog volleyball team getting off to a great start. They are 5-1 on the season, and as you know, Chatter, they have a very storied volleyball program, and I tell you, they're going to be a force to watch down the stretch. In the last couple of years, not really as successful as they've been, but they've gone out and done some great recruiting, and I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with as we start talking about some volleyball news over on the reservation. The Lady Braves are 0-5, dropping their last match in the Cowgirl Classic. 3 losses there in that one to McNeese State 3-0, the University of Louisiana Monroe 3-0, and the University of Texas Arlington 3-0. They're got to get it back on track. They're in Louisiana. They're back at home in Lorman, Mississippi on the 11th of September with a 6 p.m. First serve against the Raging Cajuns of the University of Louisiana. You know, we call them USL, the Raging Cajuns. So, yeah, that's a good one. And they got a pretty good team. They got a pretty good team there. So we're looking forward to seeing what the Lady Braves can get accomplished as they get nearer to SWAC play. On the soccer field, the Lady Braves are 1-3-1, still no change. 1 win, 3 losses, and a tie. Their last contest was against Jacksonville State, where they lost to Nail Biter 1-0 On September 5th, they head to Stephenville, Texas on Thursday. Is Thursday the 11th? Let me see. Yeah, on Thursday. So they can take on the Vaquero. No, I'm sorry. Who are the Tarleton State University? I can't remember the
out of Stevensville. I know that.
Well, Stephenville, Texas. Tarleton State. What are they? They're not the Vaqueros. We'll get it right.
No, that's UT Rio Grande Valley.
That's Rio Grande Valley, man. We'll talk about them in a minute. But I'm sorry, Tarleton State, they'll head out there to take them on here on Thursday. All right, well, let's get back on this train now. It's time to take a trip, folks. We are headed to sunny Florida as we get ready to ride this love train. Here we go. Well, Chatter, down to beautiful Miami Gardens, Florida. Bethune-Cookman went in to take on the U. I've got some comments from Coach Cozy. I listened to the coach's call, and as we pull in here to Daytona Station, man, they really got a good team down there. They're just having some serious problems trying to get back on track and play Rattler football.
Yeah, you got to think about it. They fell to Florida Atlantic by the score of 56-14. The next game for the Rattlers. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I threw you off. I'm sorry. I threw you off. I said Rattlers. I started with Bethune-Cookman, but you're right. The Rattlers. Let me correct that. Jimmy Cozy and the Rattlers. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. Next game for them will be against Albany State on September the 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern for the Rattlers. And one thing about when you talk about the Rattlers, man, the fan base is second to none. And I'm sure that you don't need to scratch your heads right now because look what kind of teams you're playing. But once that conference season, once they get in the conference, they'll be able to show some things and show people what they're really all about. Because to me, out of that West, I'm looking at Jackson, looking at Florida A&M, and I'm definitely looking at Alabama State with a brand new and improved Andrew Body.
Well, that's something to talk about. We're gonna go up to Louisiana here in a few minutes. But I was on a coach's call, and Coach Jimmy Cozy had some really, really good things to say about his team. He says they didn't play FAMU football, but they didn't quit. And they are still trying to find themselves, trying to find the right quarterback combination. They got to get to the ball quicker. They need to get into a better rhythm. Quarterback R.J. Johnson had no turnovers. They moved to the second quarterback, and the quarterback needs to play at a higher level. They've tackled poor. He says, they gotta wrap up and they got to do a better job of getting to the football. That was Coach Jimmy Cozy. Jada?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that was Coach Jimmy Cozy. So
yeah,
and them up next week. Where are we going next week for Florida A&M? I got two sets of notes.
Yeah.
Florida A&M heading next week where?
We got Albany State. September 13th.
Yeah, Miles College is coming in somewhere. We'll talk about them in just a minute. But yeah, Albany State, they're a good team, Division II team, one team, and they've really gave them problems in the past. So Jimmy Cozy is really, really cautious about playing these guys, trying to get them back into sync. What's going on the volleyball court?
And the volleyball, the Lady Rattlers won the opening set at Queens, and Queens defeated, but they wound up falling in defeat by the score of 3-1.
And what's kicking with soccer?
Well, the next game for McNeese will be September the 11th at 12 p.m.
All right, we got to backtrack here and hop back on the love train because we stopped at the wrong station. We got to go to Miami Gardens, Florida, and talk about the Bethune-Cookman versus Miami. And what another huge stage for a Southwestern Athletic Conference team to play on. The experience was just great in Miami Gardens.
The Bethune-Cookman Wildcats fell to the Miami Golden Hurricanes by the score of 45-3. A crowd of 60,000 617 witnessed Carson Beck pass for 267 yards, and Mark Fletcher Jr. rushed for 86 yards. The Wildcats are 0-2 on the season with a showdown with the Bulldogs of South Carolina State in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Kickoff is at 6 p.m.
All right. Well, that's going to be a good one next week. We'll be looking forward to seeing that one. What's going on the soccer field there?
And no soccer play, but they're playing volleyball. The Lady Wildcats are currently 2-4. They fell to Houston Christian in 3 sets with games results of 25-19, 25-17, and 25-18. Next up for Bethune-Cookman is South Carolina State on Friday, September the 12th at 12:30 p.m.
You know, the Bethune-Cookman program itself is really progressing. Last year, the volleyball team went deep into the tournament. The basketball team, the women's basketball team, surprised everybody last year going deep into the tournament, man. Yeah. And they have a significant turnaround there in Daytona, Florida. And I tell you, I'm sorry, is it Tallahassee? I'm mixed up.
Tallahassee.
There you go, Tallahassee, Florida. And, man, I tell you, they're doing a great job there in Bethune-Cookman's athletic program. Well, we got a long way to go here. We're way in Miami. We got a nice little trip to go as we head towards the bayou and head up to the bluff. Southern University on this Zydeco train, baby. Hey, little Black Star, come ride this Zydeco train. Alabama State taking on Southern University on the bluff, my home, about 45 miles out of Rayne, Louisiana. And, man, it's always a great atmosphere going to Southern University because, Rick, there's so many great places to eat in Louisiana. I just going through Pensacola. There's this place called Froggy's that we stopped at, had a little bite to eat, and then rolled on through New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Everywhere is good to eat in New Orleans, but ending up in Baton Rouge, and Tony's is a staple. I'm giving them a plug, y'all. They need to send us some money. But when you go to Baton Rouge, you gotta go to Tony's just for the experience. Rick, have you been there?
No, I haven't. Next time me and Puddin' head through Louisiana, I got to stop and get some of that grub.
Man, I tell you, it's great. Chatterbox and I have been, I'm sure, several times. Well, I've been a million times. Chatter, I don't know how many times have you been there, but as we inch towards the bluff,
Tony's?
Tony's Seafood.
Oh, yes.
Martin Luther King. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It is great. Alabama State versus Southern, 30-7. The Jaguars fell to 1-2 on the season after falling to Alabama State 37. This was really the first big test against a SWAC opponent that we've seen all year. This was the first big game in the SWAC, other than I think the Labor Day Classic. I think that had the same ramifications for that. But despite a very strong running attack, the Hornets outgained them by only 8 yards on the ground, 179 yards on the ground to Alcorn State's 171. So, and then the passing yards, 160 yards in the air. Andrew Body didn't get it done on the ground as we expect. Andrew Body is a balanced quarterback. We think he's going to run the ball and pass the ball. However, he sat in the pocket just a little bit longer this game. And didn't get any of those injuries because, he'll run and throw his body all over the place, and he is very injury prone. So he didn't do that this week, and the Southern Jaguars got popped in the mouth on the bluff 30-7. Whoever got to play them next, they got to be careful because they're going to be really mad. Really mad.
This past weekend, it was tough on the bluff. I'll just say that.
Tough on the bluff?
It was tough on the bluff. You were talking about Tony's Seafood. The Hornets decided to stop on the bluff and get something to eat. They ate Jaguar.
Yeah, they ate Jaguar.
They cruised to a 30-7 victory. The Jags fall to 1-2 on the season. But still, 1-2 on the season in a non-conference era, it doesn't prove anything. We have yet to play a SWAC conference game. on the Bluff. Turnovers and missed opportunities is the tail of the tape. If you go back and look at everything, Southern led 6-0 at the half. But because of two ASU, missed opportunities, Southern was only down 6-0 at the half because of two ASU field goals. In the second half, the roof fell in. Southern came out and scored and led. They actually led 7-6. But after that, it was what's that guy name from Texas? Well, he played for TSU, Big Body.
Andrew Body.
Yes,
quarterback Andrew Body.
He ended up throwing 2 touchdowns, Chatterbox. He didn't run as much as he did in previous games. He threw 2 touchdowns, which proved very impressive to me. I wanted to see him preserve his body. No pun intended. Cam McCoy for Southern had 14 completions for 160 yards and a touchdown, but he had 2 interceptions, which proved fatal. They outgained ASU 179-71 rushing. But 2 picks and 2 fumbles and 1 blocked field goal led to the Jaguar demise. Andrew Body had 2 TD passes, as I mentioned, and he had a long TD run. While we're on the Bluff, I might as well take you to the hard court. Volleyball team took part in the Green Wave Invitational, where they came up short 3 times. They lost to Louisiana Tech 0-3, Lamar 0-3, and Tulane by the identical score of 0-3. Next up are the Lady Jaguars. They play Suno in New Orleans. I'm pretty sure they'll get something good to eat down there. September the 12th, Friday. But I want to mention someone who plays for Southern. Her name is Ariana Brown. Right now, she has 82 kills. I think that's a stat that was worthy of honorable mention.
Wow.
Charles?
What about the Lady Jags? You know, they got one of the best soccer teams in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. You know, they had that big win against Southern Miss earlier this year. So what are the Lady Jaguars doing now?
They dropped a close one this past weekend, 2-0 to Houston Christians Huskies in Lloyd Mumford Stadium. They play teams outside the conference very, very hard, so that when they get in the conference, they could prove to be very, very tough. Next up for them, I hear the whistle blowing. Next up, Southeastern Louisiana in Mumford Stadium. Take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that final score of Southern University, 30-7.
Before we get off the Southern, can I just add one thing for some news that came out of the Baton Rouge today for the football team?
Yeah, raise your hand there so we can see you, Chatter. Yeah, go right ahead. I mean, pardon me, G-Boom. What you got?
Coach Graves announced that Fred McNair will now be the co-offensive coordinator to go with that team. Yes.
Wow.
Fred McNair?
Yeah, he was the quarterback coach, and now he's the co-offensive coordinator because of all the woes that they've been having.
A step up. Okay, well,
they say necessity is the mother of invention.
Wow. Changes going on in the SWAC. Hey, we're getting close to our time. We better hop on this train and head to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, Jackson State, ladies and gentlemen, took on Southern Mississippi in a game. Rick Godfrey, Golly G. Willikers. We kind of knew the outcome of that, or kind of anticipated the outcome. Not saying that Jackson State was going to lay down. Jackson State played well in that first half, but of course, just too much from Southern Mississippi. I mean, they really, really played well. I thought those guys did a stand-up job. No injuries, and they could live to play another day.
Live to play another day. Yes, they did. I was just going through my notes to make sure that I didn't overlook anything. Jackson State
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you what's so wonderful about this. We have done so much homework this week. I think that we are just we have inundated ourselves with notes, because I've got sticky posters all in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in the garage. Jackson State lost 38 to 20.
To 20, yeah.
against Southern Mississippi. Balanced scoring for the Jackson State Tigers. When I say balanced scoring, I mean in the air and on the ground. 19 total first downs for Jackson State. University of Southern Mississippi with 25. Jackson had 11 rushing first downs. I think that's significant going against that big line of Southern Miss, while the University of Southern Mississippi had 10 first downs on their line. So both teams got it done on the ground, 191 yards. Jackson State outran them in that contest, while the University of Southern Mississippi only had 139 yards, but they got it done in the air.
Yeah, they did.
But
Jackson State was led by Travis Terrell Jr., who had 10 rushes for 80 yards. Also, they had Nate Rimbert, who had 4 carries for 64 yards. Denario Davenport and Amari Matthews were the ones who scored the touchdowns for JSU. And on the defensive side, Quincy Ivory had 10 tackles, y'all. 10 tackles. 2 for loss with 1 sack. You know that when they show up, they will try to show out. So you have to go nose to nose with Jackson State. Went to Southern Mississippi, and 32,000 people showed up. So that probably inspired Jackson State just as well as it inspired Southern Miss.
That's a Jackson State home game.
But on the cross-country side, I wanted to mention someone on the cross-country side for JSU. His name is Godfrey, and I'm not saying it because his first name is my last name.
Oh, that's your good.
Godfrey Kimutai took home first place in the Mississippi College meet in Choctaw Trails. They got 7th place as a team, but I thought it was worthy of honorable mention to mention Godfrey Kimutai. So during the SWAC cross-country meet, Charles, you might be there as well. Godfrey Kimutai. Watch out for that guy, Godfrey Kimutai.
All right. Well, wow, that's what's going on there in Jackson, Mississippi. We're going to Conway, Arkansas, about 121 miles, I think. Between 80 and 121 miles from the mayor of Prairie View's hometown, Mayor Ron Leverett. Man, UAPB is really trying to build their program, and they really saw some positive things just going 80 miles up the road there in Arkansas to Conway to take on Central Arkansas.
Yep, they lost to Central Arkansas by the tune of 41-17. Quarterback Chris Peters put up some formidable stats, 18 of 36, which is 50% for 228 yards and a score with 0 interceptions. Coaches love that, to come home with no turnovers. Zamarian Weber had 11 carries of 53 yards, and Jalen Jennings had 1 rushing touchdown for the Golden Lions. On the receiving side, Avery Robinson had 5 catches for 60 yards, along with Jordan Jackson, who contributed 5 catches for 56 yards. Once again, that final at Central Arkansas, 41-17 on behalf of Central Arkansas.
Wow, what a great contest. Coach said that these players are getting better and better every week. And as I scurried through my loads, Alonzo Hampton said that they were evenly matched. They really went in expecting to win that game. A lot of people discounted them in the early going, but it was back and forth in the second quarter. They got within 1 but couldn't score. At halftime, it was 20-10. I mean, they were playing some good football. But what they said is in the second half, they were 3 and out. The defense just couldn't hold. They were just outmatched. I wouldn't say outmatched. I guess that might be the wrong word. But in the second half, they just couldn't get to the defense. The defense just couldn't get to the ball. They're going back home to play Lincoln at home for their home game this week. Their opening home game. And Coach Alonzo Hampton said they're moving in the right direction, but they have to move together in that direction as one.
On the cross-country track, Steve Guyman Invitational, they were they're scheduled to go there this weekend. They didn't do anything last week on the cross-country track. So September the 12th, Friday, they're going to the Steve Guyman Invitational on the volleyball court. The Golden Lions are 0-6 right now, folks. They're 0-6, but they at times they show promise, but sometimes they come out and they are playing people who prove to be just a little too much for the Golden Lions. They were in the Belmont Invitational this past weekend, and it's a tournament. It was a tournament. They lost to Tennessee State 1-3. They lost to Belmont 0-3, and they lost to Nicholls State 1-3. But one player stood out amongst the rest for UAPB. Her name is Ashanti Butler. Ashanti Butler leads the team in kills, and I thought that I would mention her name for a job nearly well done.
All right.
Aboard.
Let's get ready, baby. Let's get it ready.
Y'all said that was pretty good. That was harmony.
That was right there on time. Look, I'm sitting here trying to look at Tarleton State. We all in trouble because G Boom didn't even go and research who is the mascot for a T-shirt. Who's the mascot at Tarleton State? Because that's where we're headed to Stephenville, Texas, where the Tarleton State Texans.
Yeah, the Texans.
The Texans.
Yeah,
okay.
They played a basketball game at Prairie View last year against our women. They're the Texans.
Yeah, the Texans beat up the devil and gave Mississippi Valley hell because I tell you, 59-3 was that final score. It got out of hand early and often. I mean, just looking at some of just the individual team with the team scoring. Hold on, let me go back to the SWAC because I was looking at the okay, here we go. So Tarleton State had 28 first downs to Mississippi Valley's 12, but they got it done in the air. 15 passing first downs. They led with 307 yards passing on 21 of 28 tosses. They only dropped 7 passes. Valley, on the other hand, with 14 of 29, but threw 3 picks, and they were plagued by the penalties. But 14 penalties for Mississippi Valley for 137 yards. I know T-Buck was not happy about that, man. They lose that one in convincing fashion, man. 59-3. Golly gee Willikers. T-Buck's got his hands full, and I believe that if he continues to keep going in the positive directions, he's going to be all right. There's a pivotal game getting ready to come up, Chatham, in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and that's Valley and Texas Southern on the 27th. You and I'll be down there, and Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils have got to get tuned up for that. The Lady Devils volleyball team are 3-2 on the year, not bad. Winning their last match, last couple of matches rather, to Suno, 25-22, 23-25, 26-28. 25-20 and 15-11. Alea Roberts led with 29 kills in that match, and then they went on over to Rust to take on Rust in New Orleans and won that one 3-0, 25-14, 25-10, and 25-22. They head to Nashville, Tennessee on the 13th. They get a little break to get going to Nashville, Tennessee to take on Fisk. Man, that's bushy. And good luck to the Delta Devilettes. Is it the Devilettes or is it the Devils? It's the Devilettes still, right?
Devilettes on the ladies.
Everybody's getting politically correct. They won't, we can't say Lady Pantherettes or nothing. Lady Panthers. So the Devilettes, good luck to them. On the soccer field, the Delta Devilettes are 0-2. With a couple of matches that were canceled against Ole Miss on the 14th and Louisiana Tech on the 17th. But, man, they took on Mississippi College on the 25th of August, 7-0. And then Northwestern State turns right around and gives them another 7-0 loss. And then Nicholls State, 3-0. They had 2 matches canceled against Troy State on the 7th, and Southern Miss that was canceled. Something's going on there, and when I look at the schedule, it's saying that the entire schedule has been canceled. Chatter, any news on that?
What, the Valley State volleyball schedule?
No, the soccer schedule. Everything is
man,
going canceled on the schedule. So
it's very unusual.
That's unusual.
For the entire Valley State women's soccer program.
Schedule. Now, wait, let's get it right. I'm looking on their page, and I'm looking at their soccer schedule, and it's saying the rest of the games have been canceled. We got to check that out. All aboard! Well, it's time to head on in the Splendid Station. We got about 4 minutes to talk about Prairie View. They drop into the University of Texas Rio Grande. Can't really get in it like we wanted to, Rick, because the train is coming over to Splendid Station. Jalen Cole has the Players of the Week, man. But what a tough loss for Prairie View A&M to go to 1-1. They lost 27-21 in the last 3 minutes of the game at home. And got G. Willikers. Listen to Coach Tremaine Jackson on the coach's call, and he says he takes full responsibility. However, I just don't think the players got up enough to play that. They just didn't seem intense enough. I got a chance to be a fan chatter at that game, Rick, and I was in the stands, and I was just watching the difference in energy for both teams. And by the time Prairie View got its energy up, it was a little late. You can't spot them 17 points. You can't spot a team 17 points and expect the momentum to stay your way unless you're scoring and getting into the end zone. The Panthers head to Rice on Saturday to take on the Owls, who just took a spanking from University of Houston. That's the last time that they will match up for the next 5 years. They will not play in the Bayou Bucket. And G. Willikers. On the soccer court, congratulations to Coach Dottie. She got a couple of wins here in the Montana State tournament. It was in Montana. Yeah, and Stephen. Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me. The Tarleton State Texan tournament. They defeated Northwestern State 3-1. They got to come to Prairie View, the football team. And then Tarleton State 3-2 lost to the University of New Mexico. They head to Corpus Christi to take on the Islanders on the 12th. Gabe Garcia is constantly trying to get it together. 1-5 on the season. The last contest was against Nicholls State in Thibodaux, Louisiana. 2-1 loss to take on Houston Christian this Thursday in Houston, Texas. On the line with us is Jalen Cole with the Southwestern Athletic Conference Players of the Week, volleyball, football, and soccer. What you got, Jay?
Hi, so I have the last week's volleyball Players of the Week. The Offensive Player of the Week goes to Alabama State's Morgan. Morgan opened the season collecting 39 kills at the Wildcat Classic hosted by the University of Arizona. The next player is going to be our Defensive Player of the Week, coming from Bethune-Cookman, Carvajalo. She contributed to 58 digs across 3 matches, averaging about 4.8 digs per set. Our co-setter of the week is from Prairie View A&M University, Taylor Ruffin. She participated in 10 sets where she led the Panthers offense while distributing 64 assists and averaging 6.4 assists per set. Our co-setter of the week goes to Alabama A&M University, Smith played 10 sets, averaging 6.9 kills per set against the South Carolina State. And then our newcomer of the week, or co-newcomer of the week, goes to Jackson State and Alabama A&M. And it goes to Xander. She played in 3 matches, tallying 14 kills to go along with 4 digs and 4 solo blocks as the Lady Tigers opened their 2025 campaign. At Alabama A&M, Jackman played 10 sets, averaging 4.05 points, 3.4 kills, and 2 digs per set against South Carolina State University.
All right, well, that's the SWAC Players of the Week. Ladies and gentlemen, Jalen Cole having some technical difficulties over there. You got the rest? You ready?
Yeah. Soccer Offensive Player of the Week is Alcorn State. LV, she scored 2 goals against the Braves with a win over Nicholls State. The newcomer of the week for soccer also goes to Alcorn State, and that's going to be Ambrose. She's registered as an assist against the Nicholls before scoring twice against McNeese. For football, the Players of the Week on the offensive line is Brown from Alabama A&M. and he completed 25 of 34 passes for 260 yards with 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, and rushed the ball 7 times for 69 yards and 2 touchdowns. The co-defense is going to be Lenore Jalil from Alabama State, and he recorded 4 tackles with 2 tackles for a loss and a fumble forced. Co-defense also goes to Matthew Cook from TSU. Cooks contributed to 9 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass breakup, and forced a fumble during Texas Southern's game against California on Saturday. The specialist goes to Gerardo Beza from Jackson State. Beza finished the day with a pair of extra points and 2 field goals during the Jackson State road outing at Southern. Mississippi. The newcomer goes to Quincy Irie from Jackson State, and Irie was named the newcomer of the week for this second consecutive week after recording 10 tackles in the Tigers loss against Southern Mississippi.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's the Southwestern Athletic Conference Players of the Week. Quickly, we'll jump into this week's predictions, and I've got a couple of closing remarks here.
Of course.
Well, a lot of football being played this weekend. Let's see. The screen is small, but let's see. The Tigers of Grambling State. Wait, who is it? The Tigers. Somebody's going to have to read that. That's kind of small.
Jackson State versus Alabama State. Is that it?
Everybody's guessing.
Everybody's guessing. Hold on. I'm gonna get it.
Too.
I've got like 9 windows open here. So let me go back here where I can see it without
It's
glasses.
Tuskegee. Tuskegee is at Jackson State.
Well, come on, give us the lowdown here for the week. Where's the games of week 3 being played? G-Bone. Did I catch y'all, bro?
Tuskegee at Jackson State. Can you hear me?
I favor Jackson State in that one. Who you got, Rick?
I'm going to ride with Jackson State by 14.
I'm going to roll with T.C. Taylor, good buddy of mine. He'll come out on top.
I don't think so. Jackson State wins that one convincingly, 35-7.
Yeah.
Jay?
I'm going to go with the underdog in this match, with Tuskegee, and I'm going to say they're going to win by a field goal.
A field goal. All right. What we got next there, G-Boom?
Alabama A&M Bulldogs travel to Tennessee State.
Tennessee State. Oh, that's a little bit better. Yeah. Alabama A&M's playing real well right now. I see Sam Shade maybe getting his guys ready. That's going to be a tough one to call. But I edged the Tigers of Tennessee State at home by 7.
I'll take Tennessee State by 3. Eddie George over Sam Shade.
Chatter?
I'm rolling with SWAC. I think Sam Shade's going to go in there and get it done, and get it done. And when you talk about the return, Tennessee State had Reggie Barlow. That's the head coach for Tennessee State now.
The former Alabama and Alabama State standout, Houston Oilers, Reggie Barlow. Who you got, Jay?
We'll go with the Bulldogs by 7.
Bulldogs by 7. Okay, let's see. Who is this? The Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman taking on the Bulldogs of South Carolina? State is at a SWAC MEAC challenge. Yeah, a SWAC MEAC challenge. The Wildcats trying to – did I skip one? Alcorn and who was that?
Now the Miles Golden Bears and the Tennessee and the Alabama State Hornets. They're coming to Montgomery, to the Gump.
Oh, well, no. Miles College has no chance with Andrew Body. I'm sorry. Now, Miles College is not a no slouch. Don't get me wrong. But I think being at home, man, the Alabama State fans are great out there. The game day experience is wonderful. They're going to be barbecuing out there, making turkey legs. People going to be dancing in the seats. And I think Andrew Body is going to excite those Hornets fans, man. They're going to get stung going into Alabama. Rick?
Andrew Body and the Hornets over the Golden Bears to the tune of 20 points.
You said 20 points. I'm gonna say Alabama State 35, Miles College 14.
Okay.
Jay? Yeah, I'm gonna go Hornets
You just guessing right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with the Hornets, but I have looked at Miles' stats. I will give them a cool 21 points on the board.
21
Hornets,
points.
They're gonna beat them by roughly 14.
14. Okay, Hornets by 14. Chatter?
Well, the guy from Corpus Christi under center in the shotgun, Andrew Body, I guarantee they're going to put up so many points, they're going to rest him in the fourth quarter. I got the Hornets running away with this, man. He's going to be eating his lunch. He'll be eating his post-game meal on the sideline with a plate
in the first quarter
on China in the fourth quarter.
He's going to have one of them turkey legs I was talking about in the first quarter.
Yep, no, in the fourth quarter, he's going to have one.
All right, okay. Who we got next? The Delta Devils take on. Is that the Golden Lions, or did I skip one?
That's Alcorn State versus Mississippi State.
Oh, okay. Well, did I miss? Who's Grambling playing? The Tigers? Who are they playing? I didn't see that one.
Thoroughbreds.
Kentucky State.
Kentucky State. That's right. Oh man, that's gonna be a good game. I see Mickey Joseph getting the Grambling State Tigers back on track. We've already called the station and told them that the train has been delayed. We got to hurry up and get out of here. But I see Grambling State by 7.
I'll take Grambling State by 21.
Chatterbox.
That's going to be a close one. I think Grambling State can pull it off. The ghost of Eddie Robb will inspire those young men to come, and we're going to beat them by Grambling State's going to beat them by 7.
DJ?
I'm going to go with Chatterbox. They're going to beat them by 7. You
just are being a big copycatter.
She's in a big chair. She's sitting in that big chair.
Hey, here's a SWAC matchup: the Delta Devils against the Golden Lions.
Woo! That should be a barn burner.
That should be a good one. I'm going with the Delta Devils and T-Buck getting it back. Wait a minute, hold on. Southeastern?
That's Southeastern Louisiana. That's Southeastern Louisiana.
Okay, you need to make that graphic
Southeastern Louisiana Lions.
We need to make that just a little bit bigger there. Well, there it is. Okay, well, I'm still gonna go with T-Buck. I don't care. Shock the world, T-Buck, and win by 7.
I'm going SWAC, T-Buck by 6.
Chatter, is the jury still out?
Nah, the SWAC is where it's at. It's going to be a tight one. I'm looking for the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils to get them by 3.
Jay?
I'm going to go with Delta Devils.
Delta Devils, you don't even have a score here. Okay, that's all right. Well, the Panthers come to Houston to take on the Rice Owls after the Owls are going to be trying to fix their clipped wings after being clawed by the Cougars of the University of Houston. I'm going with the Panthers, damn it. I'm going with your Coach Tremaine Jackson. The Panthers by 9.
Rice.
Twice? Rick Godwin, Rice by 3. We work there, so I'm going with the Panthers by 9. I got you, Tremaine. Okay, here's the voice of reason. Chatterbox?
Yeah, the Rice Owls looking good. They got a bad taste in their mouth after losing to the Cougars. Man, they're going to try to have a field day with those Panthers. I'm looking for Rice to win by 14.
Jalen, we work there now, remember.
Oh, yes. So, as Mike Jackson very well. And, being able to see the team practice, I am very hopeful for the Panthers. I'm going to say Panthers by 3. They also have a bad taste in their mouth losing at their home opener.
That's right. And they got to come back and play Northwestern next week. So, Rice, don't take the Panthers lightly. Tremaine Jackson sitting there, I have never seen him look so serious. And I really want to commend his comments on the coach's call. He's really kind of like an up-in-your-face guy, and he was still kind of in your face, but he was just kind of quiet about being up in your face this time, like he's got something up his sleeves. Go Panthers. All right, let's see. Oakland, what is that? I can't read that. Not Rick. G-Boom, you supposed to be giving us
That's the Lamar Cardinals traveling to 3rd Ward, Midtown, to take on the Texas Southern Tigers on Saturday.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm going to give that one to the Tigers. I think they get back on track. I think they lick their wounds coming from California, going to sit back, and it's going to be a fun time and chill energy. I take the Tigers by 21.
I'll take Texas Southern in 10.
Texas Southern 14.
Well,
14?
This was a close game last season. They stole it from us, so we're going to make sure we secure the bag and go to the store and get that can of defense. Texas Southern by 14.
Y'all need to go to the
Call
dollar
the dogs off, Chris. Call the Tigers off.
You go to the dollar store and get a couple of cases of defense.
A couple of cases of defense.
Yeah, just to make sure. Get a backup case. Where we going next there, G-Mo?
We're going down to Tallahassee, Florida. You got the Albany State Golden Rams playing Florida A&M.
I see Jimmy Cozy getting back on track down in Florida. They're going to have a good time. Still feels like summer down there. They got something for them down there. They get back on track. I see the Rattlers by 10.
I say the Rattlers by 7. Give them a touchdown.
Chatter?
I think the Rams getting their mojo back. Going to be a tough one. I think the Rattlers going to pull it out. They're going to finally strike with a purpose and a cause. Get them up. They're going to win by 6.
Jay?
Rattlers by 3.
By 3. Ooh, she's giving them a slim margin.
Yeah. See?
And one more game. 2 more games. Who's next? Golden Bear, UAPB is where?
Lincoln University.
Lincoln. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I see Coach getting his first win of the year. Yeah, and convincingly. I see Pine Bluff by 28.
Wow.
UAPB by 21.
Give me them golden lines. I'll take them by 7. Ain't all that.
Come on, Jay.
Ain't all that.
Alonzo Hampton watching the show. He's got a box.
Golden lines 7.
Golden lines by 7. Oh, man, now the piggybacker. Finally, is this another SWAC MEAC challenge? Jaguars and the Bulldogs?
Fresno State.
Fresno State. Okay, I'm sorry. It looks like South Carolina from here.
No, they don't want everybody can have them Bulldogs at one time now.
Yeah, it's too many bites, man. Gosh.
It's Fresno State versus Southern University.
At Fresno?
At Fresno.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jaguar Nation. You know, you guys have got some tuning up to do. You guys I think that's a good move with Fred. But the Jaguars will need to go back in and find Lacumba and see if they can't get back on track, because they're not playing Jaguar football right now. But I'm telling you, don't put the Jaguars in your back pocket. That's one SWAC game. And, you know, when they come back with a force. There's a documentary about how the Jaguars supposedly messed up a TV deal a long time ago with ABC on Facebook. It's pretty interesting. Check it out.
Yeah.
Fresno State by 25.
The Southern Jaguars will come out and it'll look as if they're about to pull something that people didn't expect. Fred McNair will come up with some trick plays. Fresno State will prevail 38-14.
Well, give me Fresno State out of the gate. Up by at least, they're going to win by 35, man.
Jay?
I'm just going to say Fresno State's going to win.
She's not going to even give any points.
Yeah.
Look, if Southern start beating Fresno State, David Carr is going to come out there and play his last season.
I'm saying he's going to come out of retirement and say, hey, look, I'm coming back in here.
Look, enough is enough.
If David Carr gets on the field, Southern might sack him 2 times.
Wow.
So getting sacked, he might get sacked twice.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for episode 3 of Around the SWAC. We certainly appreciate you guys riding with us. I want to thank everybody, my whole team here, who has worked real hard trying to get these things together. We still have, like a lot of these SWAC teams, have some kinks to work out. But we finally got the music together. We're finally got the podcaster Meridian P Space Modulator going at a great pace. And I think our study is getting better and better. And then, of course, we've got Eye Candy with Rick Godfrey on the line there.
Also, and by the way, it's dinner time because Puddin just bought Ricky's plate and set it down beside him.
I know. I thought he's doing it over there. It's dinner time. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You can see
Thanks
the
again.
steam coming through the camera.
I want you to know that Quentin is an avid listener to Around the SWAC.
Hey, we love putting it. We thank you. And we thank everyone for watching us and being patient with us as we navigate through the Southwestern Athletic Conference. I think we've got a great concept here, and we're just going to get better and better and better. Please like and share. Oh, we really like to share at Splendid Media at Facebook, Splendid Media Resource on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube and Facebook. All of those platforms, we run them simultaneously so people can get it with ease. A lot of folks say, don't do it just on all of those platforms. Just stay on one platform. But no, we make it available for everybody to get. Don't forget, September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Take a loved one to the doctor, especially us that look like us, if you know what I mean. And again, I want to send much love to heaven to Dwayne Charleston, my main man, our face of prostate cancer awareness. For Larry the Chatterbox Hale, the Golden Voice, Rick Godfrey, the incredible Jalen Cole, IB, T-Boom Holly, Phi Beta Sigma, and KK Psi, Prairie View A&M University Master Alumni. This has been Charles Porter saying we'll see you on next Tuesday as we go around the SWAC. Good
Say
night.
your grace, Rick Godfrey. Bless your food. Don't just dive into it. Bless your food, Rick.
I'm going to keep my hand on the radio.